This video will talk you through the population dynamics question of the mock exam you have just completed. First question was generally done quite well. It was about describing the changes in the graph over time, and most of you picked up on the basic fact that it increased over time, and it was a slow, steady increase, and then there was a rapid increase. To get the extra marks, you needed to apply some data, and therefore that was what was required. Most of you did this question quite well. The next question required you for a named country to explain how it is attempting to increase the birth rate. Again, this question was done quite well. All of you knew Singapore as your model, which was the correct idea, and you came up with the idea that they came up with these pro-natalist policies. Some of you got confused in different places talking about anti-natalist policies. Where marks didn't go so well is you didn't use specific detail. I mean, the example on the right here has specific detail in it, such as the 3 or more policy, rewarding people with £5,000, and this answer got 4 marks in total. So if you read through this answer, you can see where to improve your answer. Go through your answer now, and if you didn't get 4 marks, add in the bits that you needed to do to get the extra marks. Final question for this was explain the differences in population pyramids for countries at different levels of development. This was a fairly straightforward question. One of the things which it required was that you actually explained the differences, and you obviously had to have 2 different levels of development. It didn't actually require you to name a country, but this really did help to get the top end marks in this question. If you look at the level 3 answer, what was required was response had at least 2 explanations of why birth rates, death rates, life expectancy levels are high or low, and often these were linked to really good diagrams. The example on the right here gets 6 marks. This came off the examiner's report, and you can see in different places why it got 6 marks. It's clearly got 2 different pyramids identified here, although the diagrams weren't essential. But it picks up on the comparison, it picks up on the difference between the birth rate and then what the reason behind why, and then talks about the difference between that, and then it does again a bit further down talking about the birth rate here as well. So it picks up on these variation differences. Most of you did this question very well and picked up on these variations and changes, but just be aware that it's about developing that detail, which is a critical thing. A lot of you use specific examples of countries very well to support your answer to this question.